Hello, Facebook Live. Good morning. Marcus here. What's happening, everybody? It is Friday morning. We are in the middle of doing our community meals today, doing a barbecue broiled chicken with zucchini, stewed zucchini and tomatoes and roasted potatoes. That's our community meal today. We're sending out about 100 of these, so we're getting ready to do that. That goes out in about an hour or so. Wanted to talk about a few things today that are, of course, super important. I've heard a lot of people talking about masks because now you have to wear a face mask when you're out in public and when you're not in social distancing situations. So I believe that's the way the law reads. It can be interpreted different ways, I'm sure. When you ask different law enforcement agencies, I was basically told by one law enforcement agency, we'll provide you we'll provide you what we got and you interpret it how you want. But from what I understand is if you're within 6 feet of somebody, whether you're in a building or outside, you have to have a mask on. If you social distance yourself, then you don't have to have a mask on. That's how I understand it, but don't take my word for it. I do know that the local police called and said, that this will be enforced. I'm assuming the sheriff's department might be the one enforcing it, from what I'm told, that they have a task force for this. So good luck, everybody, with your masks and the enforcement of that and finding them. You can make a mask. I did a video then they had on some materials to make a mask. You can go to a store and get high quality pillowcases. And the way the law was reading was, I went onto the website for and I called the health department, Ulster County Health Department, and I was looking on that, and it doesn't even say mask, it's just that face covering to cover your nose and your mouth. I'm not sure if a guard works. Again, it's how you interpret it, how they interpret it. So I'm sure that I'm not sure. I'm not sure, and I don't know if they're sure. So I wanted to talk about how to clean a mask. So a lot of people have these masks. They have the N95 masks, the ones with the breathing holes, the fancier ones. They have these, and these are not easy. Any mask right now is not easy to get, and what's happening is it's forcing people to wear these multiple times. Some people in the healthcare profession are wearing their masks all week, in fact. So how do you properly sanitize, wash these masks? How do you wash them so you're not contaminating? We know that the coronavirus or viruses can live for days on certain materials, several days, whether it's stainless steel, whether it's cotton, cloth, plastic, cardboard boxes. It can live for several days on certain surfaces. And I've done a video on that as well, and you can do a quick Google search and find out. So if this mask becomes contaminated, or if I come in contact with somebody within 6 feet from me, because I have this on, I have permission to go within 6 feet, legal permission. How am I protecting myself if this mask gets dirty? What happens if I have to adjust it? Then I go back and touch. I know for me, last night I wore this mask all night during service, and I've got to tell you, because I had this on my face, it was a distraction for my hands, and I found myself not washing my hands as much, not paying attention to my gloves as much, because I was inundated with this, and I'm like, oh my gosh, and I was more focused on this, and I wasn't as focused on my hands, and it was a hard habit for me to break. So hopefully this is going to be productive and not counterproductive, but a lot of experts are saying this might be counterproductive. So how do you properly clean this mask, or any mask, an N95? How do you properly clean it? You cannot take these masks and throw them in the washing machine. That is the wrong thing to do. Do not throw these masks in the washing machine. If you have more, ideally, of course, you want to keep using a fresh mask, but that's not the reality with what's going on. What I suggest, and what I've heard from several health experts, is the way you can keep these clean, and this is something that you want to actually do on a regular basis throughout the course of the day, because again, if you get within 6 feet of somebody and you have something on the mask, that you're going to carry that around with you wherever you go. So the idea is to make sure this is clean. So every hour or so, you want to take this off, and you want to be able to spray it down, mist it. You don't want to soak it, but you want to mist it. If you do rubbing alcohol, keep in mind that you put that back on, you're going to sniff that rubbing alcohol, and it's going to be uncomfortable for at least 5 minutes. You can take hydrogen peroxide, which is probably a better alternative, and mist inside, outside, anything you're going to touch with your hands, mist that down with hydrogen peroxide, and then put it back on once that starts to dissipate. You can use a substance like Thieves. Thieves is an all-natural essential oil supplement that you can use. So just because you have the mask, we have to wear these masks now. It's a new mandate from Governor Cuomo, to wear these masks if you're not social distancing. That means, you interpret it how you want, but I'm interpreting it as if you're outside your door, you have to have the mask on if you're within 6 feet from other people. Inside of a building, within 6 feet. If you can come in, like I would not, from what I understand, I would not need a mask on if I'm standing at the bar and you walk in and grab your food at the other end because I'm not within 6 feet of you. That's how I interpret it. That's how I've been told by certain law enforcement how it's being interpreted. So, of course, we'll find out when they start handing out fines how it's really interpreted. So I want to talk about a couple other important things today. We have a bunch of new things coming in, like a lot of new things that we're putting on the shelves. Basically, I've gone through my storeroom and I'm offering all the cool stuff that we've been using for years here, all the stuff that my stamp of approval is on, as in pure, natural, real food ingredients, organic, local, things like that. Kelp noodles. Kelp noodles are an amazing product. These are like glass noodles, and these are made from 100% kelp. Kelp and water, I think, are the only ingredients in this. Gluten-free, these are considered a raw food if you're a raw foodist. So kelp noodles are awesome. These come in a 2-pounder. I don't know the price. The price is on our website. If you go to aromatimebistro.com, click the grocery list. It'll bring you to the list of all the groceries. We're updating that grocery list twice a day because more things keep coming in. I'm like, oh yeah, I have cool things like kelp noodles and brown rice crisp crackers that you can partake in, that I'm happy to sell you. So I think this is like $8. It's a 2-pounder. If you have any food allergies, soy allergies, wheat allergies, gluten, this and that, grain, if you're avoiding grain, this is the product for you right here. If you want pasta, you can eat these cold or hot. They make a great cold salad. They have a little crunch to them. You basically open it up, you soak them in water 10 minutes, and that's it. And you can see they're already soft. You soak them in water 10 minutes, and that's it. If you want to heat them up, if you want to make a curry dish, like let's say you want to make green curry vegetables or green curry shrimp, you'd make your curry sauce, put all your stuff in it. At the last moment, drop these noodles in, and they would just soften up really nice. No boiling, just heating it up within seconds makes these a great addition. If you wanted to make like if you're a raw foodist, you say, I want a raw pasta dish, you would make your raw tomato sauce, your herbs, your basil, all that kind of stuff, maybe your nutritional yeast, so it has that cheesiness on it. And then you just take these after they're soaked for 5 or 10 minutes and mix it with your sauce, and there you go. Boom, you have a raw dish, you have a cooked dish. These are vegetarian, vegan, they are soy-free, gluten-free. The only ingredient in here is kelp. They're kelp noodles. Here's another great ingredient, rice crisp. We've been using these for years, Edward & Sons. This is, see the organic logo on there? I'm going to read the ingredients to you of the most popular brand in the supermarkets and in the health food stores. A lot of health food stores carry the Kame, K-A-M-E, Kame rice crackers. In fact, United Natural Foods sells Kame rice crackers, and they provide the Whole Foods. Whole Foods sells Kame rice crackers, K-A-M-E. So, and they're touted as a health food, K-A-M-E. Let me see if you can see my screen, because I have it on the screen here. I'm going to read off the ingredients, the Kame. Let's see. So that is that rice cracker right there. That's the brand. So that's what it looks like. So the ingredients in here are 2 ingredients: organic brown rice flour and organic white rice flour. That's all that's in here. That's it. Only thing. In the Kame crackers, you have, and this is touted again as a health food item, folks. It's health food. Brown rice meal. Or rice meal. It says rice. Where's the ingredients at here again? Rice meal. Doesn't say brown or white. Rice meal, corn oil, salt, soybean. I'm assuming that the corn is going to be genetically modified. So So that so the kames are by no means a health product. They're not certified. They're not certified GMO free. These ones have the GMO free logo on it, right there, and they have the rice cracker. All of our fish is in right now. All of our fish is. Jay, can you add an order this to Ellie's? Ellie's ordering right now. She wants some kelp noodles. So we have a lot of orders going out today, folks. A ton of orders going out today. So thank you very much. We've been packing orders. Jamie's been packing orders. We're getting ready to plate up 100 meals here for the community. We donate.
And it's my birthday.
And it's Jamie's birthday today. She's sorry that she missed her Facebook Live yesterday.
Yes.
Hectic day here again. I mean, it's just.
I'm hoping to get one in today. It might be on top of the mountain, though, with a bottle of wine.
Bottle of wine on top of the mountain might be Jamie's
Facebook
Live today. So I thought of a cute thing to do since we have to wear these masks now. Jamie would do the video and I would do the talking because everybody's a ventriloquist now with the masks on. You can't see anybody's lips moving. Maybe we'll do something fun like that. Let's try it. Yeah. Cornmeal. We have organic farmer ground cornmeal. These are 1.5 pound units. They're cryovac. These are in stock now. If you want to make polenta at home, or you can grind this up and make corn flour. We have these in stock now. All of our fish is in stock. Every single fish item on our list is in stock right now.
Get your order fast.
Kathleen's asking, do we have extra virgin olive oil? Kathleen, I have two extra virgin olive oils. I have a early harvest Sicilian, and I have an organic from Chile. The early harvest Sicilian is very pungent, very bold, forward. Early harvest, an amazing quality oil. You can drizzle on steaks. The Olive, the organic Chilean, is a little more milder. Depends upon your flavor profile. If you are a true olive oil aficionado, you will buy both because they have different things for both. You can make a nice salad with one. You can season a steak with another one. Drizzle it on fish. Folks, do not cook with olive oil. And that's a whole nother video. If you just Google olive oil Marcus Guiliano, you'll find a lot of stuff that I've posted on why not to cook with olive oil. It is not good at all. But all of our fish is in stock right now. So, halibut. Alaska Gold halibut. This is it, a 6 ounce portion, 6 to 8 ounce portion. They come like this. Our salmon comes like this, 6 ounce portion. All right. Black cod. Black cod looks like halibut, but black cod, it comes skin on, so you can tell the difference with that. If you buy it and put it in your freezer, you can see the difference. All of these seafoods it's the pure fish. There's no sodium tripolyphosphates, and there's no gas. Our mahi has no gas. None of our stuff has gas. We have scallops. Ellie's asking for scallops. We have scallops. They come in a 5 pounder. And we also have calamari in. They come in a 2.5 pounder. We have shrimp in. We sold a case of shrimp yesterday. I have more shrimp coming in today. So I still have a couple bags of shrimp. So we have all the seafood on the list we have in stock right now. Let me read down that list. And then I'm going to tell you the one fish that we have here that has more omega-3 fatty acids than salmon. Salmon is known to be the king of omega-3 fatty acids and be heart healthy, and that's why your doctor will say, eat salmon. But they never differentiate between wild and farmed, or very rarely do they. You want to be eating wild salmon, not farmed salmon. Farmed salmon is a detriment to the environment and to your health. Farmed salmon is also called scammon. It's a scam. Farmed salmon is atrocious. It is not something you want to be eating at all. It's not a health food. It's very misleading. They spend a lot of money marketing this garbage fish process into something that we should be eating. It's not. You want to eat wild salmon only. Ellie's asking where the shrimp from. The shrimp are from Ecuador. I did a video yesterday on shrimp, and if you were to pick out of all the countries in the world that farm shrimp as wholes, some of them are terrible. Bangladesh. You can go to Shopper right now and buy cheap $7.50 Bangladesh shrimp. Indonesia, though Bangladesh especially, do not touch those. Those are filled with toxic chemicals, antibiotics, hormones, phosphates. The world of shrimp farming can be extremely, extremely bad and detrimental. The world of wild harvested shrimp is very habitat destructive and lots of bycatch. So wild shrimp is not the answer either, folks. This is one of the dilemmas I've had for years on we use the same shrimp that Ecofish uses. If you go to Henry and Lisa's natural seafood line, their Ecuadorian shrimp, same thing. Ecuador is the #1 country. If you buy farm shrimp, if you eat shrimp, which I would recommend, if you're gonna eat shrimp, farm shrimp is probably what you're gonna want because of habitat destruction of wild shrimp. But the farm shrimp, Ecuador is leading the way. They've led the way. They don't use mangroves. They have the least density of all of the fish farms. And I know this might sound like contradictory to what I say because I say no farmed fish. Certain fish are better farmed than other fish. So if you look at salmon, 99% of salmon out there are open pen net farmed salmon. If you are looking at closed containment salmon, that's a totally different situation. Totally different situation. That is something that is actually, if it came down to it, you would eat wild salmon, then closed containment salmon, and then would never, ever, 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 ever eat open pen net farm salmon, which is 99% of the farm salmon out there. So we have a couple closed containment farms here in the Hudson Valley. There's one up near, Sean is saying 5 pounds of black cod. You got it, Sean. Just send us a message. Just remind us. Do you have an order in already, Sean? Does Sean have an order in? Do you know, Jamie?
Sure.
He's asking for 5 pounds of black cod. The black cod is also called butterfish. It is amazing. This fish is like insane. It melts.
5 pounds of black cod?
5 pounds of black cod.
He's been asking about the cod.
Yep, so awesome. You got it, Sean. So shrimp Ellie is from Ecuador. That is, if you go into Whole Foods or a health food store and you buy Henry and Lisa's natural seafood, the king of sustainable seafood, his shrimp comes from Ecuador. It comes from a farm in Ecuador, and he talks all about it. We do the same exact shrimp as they do. So, all right. What is the fish that has more? Drop a couple comments, folks, if you think you know the fish that has more. Kathy, balsamic vinegar. Let me get back to that, Kathy. We do have a type of balsamic vinegar that is amazing, and it's not that expensive. Drop some comments right now if you think you know the fish that has more omega-3s than salmon that we have for sale. Remember, we have halibut, black cod, tuna, mahi-mahi, shrimp, lobster, scallops, calamari. Out of all those, what is the fish that has more omega-3s than heart healthy omega-3s than wild salmon? I'm going to get back to that, Kathy. I'm going to answer your question right now with what we have for balsamic. So we do have some higher end, smaller balsamics that are about $20. They're small bottles. You can make dressing out of it, of course. It makes a great dressing. This is what we use a lot. We use something called Vincotto, Vincotto, Vincotto. This is from southern Italy. This is from right near Lecce. Folks, a lot of you know that we do travel trips to Italy, that we take people on these VIP winery vacations. Of course, we haven't talked about it because of the current coronavirus situation. We haven't talked about it, but we are planning on going in November. Hopefully, if not, the trip will be rescheduled for the spring, and hopefully we'll be able to resume that business like normal. Southern Italy, which we're going, was not affected nearly like the north, not at all. Very clean, no pollution. They live a very healthy lifestyle in the south. It's not like Milan, which is more industrialized, more pollution, very transit, it's not like Milan at all, southern Italy, and Milan was hit the hardest. So this is near Lecce. Lecce is the Florence of the south. It is in Apulia. Apulia is an amazing, amazing territory in Italy. It's where my family's from Bari, from a place called Fasano, just outside of Bari. And I went to our hometown when we were there in last November and walked around the streets and everything. It was great. So this comes from Lecce. And what they do is they take Malvaso Nero grapes. They take some wine grapes. So we go towards wine. They take the juice, reduce it, and then throw the juice into barrels. And then they start the fermentation process for 4 years in oak barrels. This Guiliano Guiliano Colagiuria is amazing. We've had emails with them that they're on our list the next time we go. They're that part of Italy to take our group there. They're right outside of Lecce. Look up Lecce, folks. Lecce. That'll brighten your day up if you look at Lecce in southern Italy. That will really, really brighten up your day. There is no the problem with most balsamic vinegar is most balsamic vinegar, because you can buy a jug of balsamic vinegar for like $15, a big jug. That stuff is red wine vinegar with a little bit of reduced grape juice, 10% reduced grape juice, and it's fermented and thrown into oak barrels for big vats of oak vats for 60 days, and it's stamped balsamic, and you can buy that really cheap. It's very acidic, and sometimes when you taste balsamic vinegars, you'll taste the difference of like, oh wow, that's a really good balsamic vinegar, and I don't like this one so much. Because they vary drastically in the amount of vinegar that goes into it. Most balsamic vinegars, they buy commercially produced red wine vinegar, throw grape juice in, throw it into 60 days for big oak vats, and then stamp it and call it balsamic. This does not have commercial red wine vinegar in it. This is the pure juice that is fermented, and this is inexpensive, folks. This is a big bottle. Jamie, you know what this cost? I have my computer.
Yes, I have it.
I have my computer open too at the costs right
I have
here.
it right here.
Yeah, but
The large Pinkoto?
Yeah.
$25.
$25 for this. A couple drops is all you need at a time. If you were to cook a steak, and then just drizzle a few drops on your steak, it would transform it. And then if you took some of our southern Italian extra virgin olive oil, that's an early harvest, that's a pungent, ripe, really awesome, full-bodied olive oil, you did a little bit of this and a little bit of that on a grilled steak, oh my gosh, it would be insane, it would be awesome, it would be amazing. So you can drizzle a little bit on tomatoes, a little salt, a little bit of some tomatoes. This goes a little bit, goes a long way. If you were to make a salad dressing, just toss some greens, pour a little bit of olive oil, 3 parts olive oil, even 2 parts olive oil to 1 part this, 2-to-1 ratio is perfect. You can never do a 2-to-1 ratio with regular balsamic vinegar, with the cheap stuff, because it's so acidic. You need to go 4-to-1, and then most restaurants will put sugar in there to balance out all the acidity. So this balsamic dressing that you're getting in restaurants is typically balanced out with sugar, with white sugar. This you don't need to balance out. Sometimes you'll see on a menu, you'll see balsamic glaze. They take basically 1 part sugar, 1 part balsamic, put in a pot, and the chef reduces it down to a syrup. This is already that.
If Gil is still on, I'm packing up his order.
Okay.
I'll see him later.
So this does not have the white sugar. This is the natural juice of the grape, reduced, fermented. And then they take it to the next step and they infuse fig into it. There's an orange one, there's a chili pepper one, there's a plain one, there's a lemon one. So that is really cool. The fig one is our most popular one that we've been using for years. I don't want to confuse it and bring in all the flavors. Or maybe we should. I don't know. We'll see. So we talked about a bunch of things. Okay, Mary says tuna. Somebody says anchovies. Anchovies are really high, but of the fish that we have on our list here. And somebody said, Linda, we do have eggs. We have fresh eggs. So here's the deal with fresh eggs. Some of them are our daughter's eggs from her heritage flock of chickens. All of a sudden, the chickens stopped laying eggs last week or slowed down a little bit. And we're like, gee, why are the chickens slowing down? Well, they now, because they're free range, roaming chickens, they decided to start making nests all over the yard. And my daughter, when she was investigating where all the chickens were going in the yard, she found out that the chickens have been laying under the deck and here and there, and they're sitting in and on these eggs. So we might have a few more chickens. She's now paying close attention to where the eggs are and grabbing them and rotating them properly. But there are some chickens that are sitting on some eggs throughout the course of the yard and under the deck. That's where all the eggs have been going. So we have her own eggs. They're $4 a dozen. Those same heritage eggs, if we bought those same heritage eggs from a local farm through our wholesale distribution, through our farm hub, they'd be $7 a dozen for heritage eggs like that. There's Aracanas, and she has a bunch of different breeds. The eggs are pretty, whites, browns, blue eggs. So they're really, really awesome eggs. Those are like $7 if we were to buy those eggs ourselves for the restaurant wholesale. We do have other eggs that are free roaming eggs from the Hudson Valley, from a Hudson Valley farm that we do buy. To supplement in, we have to charge $4.50 for those because we just have to, because there's more cost that goes into those. So that's the deal with that. So yes, we do have eggs. We have some of our daughter's eggs, and our daughter's chickens eat a lot of the scraps from here. So we just shred them up, some zucchini, some broccoli. They got some romaine scraps all this morning. So yeah. All right, folks. The fish that we're selling that has more omega-3s than salmon is black cod.
Yes. Give me
Black cod has more omega-3s than salmon, than wild salmon, and that's the story of that. So that's the fish, black cod, or AKA sable fish. It's really called sable fish. People call it black cod. It's not cod. It's sable fish. Okay, it is sable fish. Tuna are high in omega-3s as well. Tuna is high. What was I saying? I try to read comments and answer questions, and sometimes I get sidetracked. Plus, I have a lot to say anyway. So, but that's really about it. I've got to get back in the kitchen and get these meals plated up. We have 100 meals going to the town today. We donated a bunch of gloves yesterday with the help of Cheryl. We donated a bunch of gloves to the local Roundup Valley Food Bank. I bought the local people here today at the fire station. I bought them sanitizer. I bought them a case of sanitizer so they can spray things down and use that and be safe over there. It's recommended, folks, when you bring groceries into your house, spray the boxes, the bags, all those kinds of things down. So Ralph's saying, what are the meals today? The meals we're making today is a dry barbecue rubbed chicken. It is a dry barbecue chicken, roasted potatoes, and slow cooked zucchini and tomatoes. All right, folks, I got to rock and roll. I got to go. We had a bunch of orders come in. I have another order coming in. We got all kinds of produce. Check out the list at RomanTimeBistro.com. More organic strawberries are coming today. They're a great deal. Oh, and the one part of the title of this video is that I have to unfortunately limit this item. People are calling, and I could have sold, literally, we have these 4-packs of amazing beer, Heady Topper, Focal Banger, Super Pixelated from Woodstock, and Sloop Juice Bombs. This is a 4-pack that we made here out of all these beers. I got a ton of beers in yesterday. I got in a little bit of trouble yesterday because I bought a bunch of beer, and Jamie saw me write this check, and she's like, why are you spending this kind of money right now? And I'm like, okay, I got to do something creative here. So we made these 4-packs. We're blowing these out for $19. Folks, when we have Heady Topper, and we sell the Heady Topper can alone for $10. When we used to get it in.
And there's a limit, right?
There's a limit on these. The first 2 people that called for these, I could have sold everything. That's how in demand these are, which would have left none for anybody else. I can only sell 1 per couple, per ticket, per order, that's all I can sell. We've got to be fair. We can't hoard this stuff like toilet paper. We need to share this. It's beer. We have to play nice. So 1 per takeout order, not 1 per person, but per takeout order. So if it's a couple ordering, and you're getting 2 entrees, I'm sorry, it's just 1 per order. I have to limit. I have to be fair. A lot of people would be upset if I sold all this to 1 or 2 people, because literally the first 2 calls we could have sold everything. I had another person today that wanted 5 of them, and I'm sorry, 1 per order. That's it. I want to be fair. This is an amazing, amazing deal. We sell this for $10. We sell this other one for $10 typically. We normally sell this one for $6 or $7, and the Super Pixelated, which is actually more than the other 2 per case wise. It's $6 more a case. We would sell that for $9, $10 as well. So you have $35 of beer here that we would normally sell this for, and it's $19.99. You can't even buy that from the breweries for that cheap right now. So if this works out, we'll do more deals like this. Kimberly's asking, how much is the black cod? The black cod is $25 a pound. $25 a pound, portioned out, same price as the halibut. So awesome. All right, folks, I gotta go pack up food, and drop a comment, #live or #replay or where you're tuning in from. Share this video. Come in and get free gloves. We have free gloves as a community service. All right. So free gloves, community service. Be safe. Don't pump gas without those. All right, folks. Talk to you later. Thanks for tuning in.
Nope. Wild.